In this video, you will learn about commercial and subsistence agriculture. Subsistence agriculture has many farmers in the workforce, but each farmer is responsible for small tracts of land. They have to mostly use hand and animal power since they are found in LDCs, where new technology can't really be afforded. Without the machinery causes little food output per farmer, so there is no surplus to sell. On the other hand, commercial agriculture has few workers in the primary sector. In MDCs, where commercial agriculture is located, farmers have access to and can afford machinery that allows them to cultivate huge areas of land. Commercial agriculture grows food that is almost entirely for sale. There are three main subregions for subsistence agriculture: intensive subsistence, shifting cultivation, and pastoral nomadism. Intensive subsistence is mostly located in East, Southeast, and South Asia. This is the most popular form of agriculture in the world, with almost half of all people involved in it. It is extremely effective in areas with high agricultural densities and around river valleys. The most important crops grown here are wet rice, wheat, maize, millet, peas, and beans. These farmers use intensive amounts of labor to get relatively large outputs per unit of land. To make up for the lack of capital and land, lots of time and attention are required to be sustained. The next subregion is shifting cultivation, also known as slash and burn or swidden agriculture, being primarily found in the rainforests of Central and South America, West Africa, and Eastern, Central, and Southeast Asia. Shifting cultivation produces a wide variety of crops. This agriculture is very unlike from intensive subsistence because it's extensive, which means it requires lots more land but less labor. The gist of it is that farmers slash up a section of the forest and burn the debris to fertilize the land with the ash, also referred to as potash. They farm that land for 3 to 5 years until all the nutrients are exhausted. Then they move on to a new piece of land and start the process again. The former field is left fallow so the natural vegetation can grow again and the soil can be restored. Pastoral nomadism is another type of extensive agriculture that falls under subsistence as well. It is similar to hunter-gatherer societies in that they follow the migration patterns of livestock, since it is their main source of food, such as meat, milk, and cheese, among other things, such as hair, wool, and skin. The difference is that pastoral nomadists domesticate their herds of sheep, goats, cows, reindeer, camels, and/or horses. Many of the nomadists may move in a circle so that they end up in the same place every summer or winter. This is called transhumance. Pastoral nomadism is most common in arid and semi-arid regions where growing crops is not possible. Examples: Central Eurasia and North Africa. Let's move on to commercial agriculture, which has 7 subregions. The first two both have to do with raising animals, ranching, and mixed crop and livestock. Ranching is similar to pastoral nomadism, except the meat is going to be sold and not consumed by the farmer. This is common all over the western United States, the Pampas region of South America, Australia, New Zealand, the Middle East, and South Africa. Mixed crop and livestock farming is a bit different because crops are grown during the summer to feed the animals, which will later be sold for profit. Two of the most important crops for this are corn and soybeans. Many farms use crop rotation to stop depletion of the soil. Farmers do mixed crop and livestock to spread the workload throughout the year, since animals need attention all the time. Also, livestock can be sold during the winter to get money year-round. Dairy farming is commercial agriculture as well, and it is found in the northeast U.S., western Europe, southeast Canada, and New Zealand. It is generally labor-intensive work, and farmers need to buy the feed for their cows. Another important thing about dairying is the milk shed. Milk is a highly perishable product, so it is very market-oriented. A milk shed is the area around a city where milk can be brought from without going bad. Lately, refrigerated rail cars and other transportation have a large milk shed of many areas, but it's still a problem. To overcome it, many farms produce butter and cheese, since those products will last longer and are able to be transported greater distances. For example, New Zealand is one of the highest dairy-producing countries, but only a small portion of it is liquid milk. The rest is processed to export to other countries. In recent years, the number of dairy farms has gone down, but milk production has increased. The next form of commercial agriculture is grain farming. The UK, Canada, Australia, Argentina, France, and the US grow cereal grains such as wheat on heavily mechanized farms with machines such as combines, reapers, and threshers. These grains are able to feed much of the world, and in fact, the spring and winter wheat regions of the US are known as the world's breadbasket. Spring wheat is found in the states of South Dakota, North Dakota, and Montana. Wheat here is grown over spring because winters are too harsh for crops. Winter wheat, on the other hand, is grown during the winter and is found in the states of Kansas, Colorado, and Oklahoma. Mediterranean agriculture is commercial agriculture found in lands around the Mediterranean Sea, California, central Chile, southwest South Africa, and southwest Australia. These areas border seas on the west side of continents and have moisture from sea winds. Summers are hot and dry, while winters are moderate. This type of climate is perfect for horticulture, or the growing of fruits and vegetables. So the main crops are olives, grapes, and other similar plants. Farming is intensive and highly specialized, and there is high use of irrigation. Besides Mediterranean agriculture, fruits and vegetables are grown in the type of agriculture called commercial gardening and fruit farming, aka truck farming. This predominates the U.S. Southeast with its long growing season and humid climate. Crops found here are apples, asparagus, cherries, lettuce, mushrooms, and tomatoes. They use heavy machinery and fertilizers, along with low-wage migrant workers, to grow labor-intensive fruits and veggies for the customers. The final form of commercial agriculture is plantation farming. It is the only commercial agriculture found in the less developed countries of Latin America, Asia, and Africa. It is used to be a legacy of the southern U.S., where slave labor was used until it became against the law. Crops grown here are usually exported to high-consumption developed countries that don't have the climates needed to grow it for themselves. These crops include cotton, sugarcane, coffee, rubber, and tobacco. Plantation agriculture is causing many problems in the LDCs, which they are based in. Plantations take up a lot of land, and deforestation is occurring at a quick rate where the farms meet nature. Another problem is that land that is used in the LDCs for plantations can't be used to grow food for the country itself. As you can see, commercial and subsistence agriculture are very different in many ways, even though they have the same basic goal, to feed and nourish people. If you have any more questions about the topics I talked about, or if you want to learn more about them, you can visit these sources. Thank you for watching.